Everybody, thank you very much for coming back to the after party of the person who has too many names. Red, Savage,
Hi.
Ophelia, hi, thank you. We have been joined tonight by Fabio, Maya, Kat, and the wonderful Jefferson. So thank you all for coming in. Did you all see the whole interview? Did everyone see most of the interview?
Most of it.
Whole thing.
Awesome.
What did we do wrong, and what questions have you got for Savage?
Yeah, tear me apart.
You did everything wrong, but it was entirely MathPig's fault.
Okay, I'll take that.
I don't know. I want to know what you're talking about. How there's all these fun things to do in the rural Midwest. Where the fucking hell did you fucking grow up in the fucking Midwest? Jesus cocksucking Christ there, bud. Jeepers fucking cripes, mother of Mary. You had fun shit to do?
Are you making fun of my accent? Because that sounded like a really northern accent.
I have no
I'm
idea
from
what that was.
Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin, honey.
Oh, okay. So
we don't.
So you're just making fun of my country accent.
No, I'm confused. You had fun things to do?
Yeah. I mean, some
Like
fun
what?
things. There weren't like all a bunch of fun. Well, like I said, there was like horseback riding and stuff like that. I think that was probably like a lot of my childhood was. I was a competitive horseback rider, so I like missed out on like a lot of the stupid shit.
So
Yeah, we
okay,
had-
so by Midwest, we're talking like Iowa, right?
A border state to Iowa.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Oh, so you're more south. You're not in the cold, dead north part there.
not the Rust Belt, cold and bitter, miserable sons of bitches Midwest, and that kind of
No.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
See, I
I'm
always-
in an area that's friendly. It's like they're gonna get way too up in your business area is like where I live.
Well, yeah, where I'm from, we have Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein, and John Wayne Gacy. So up in your business, but for a different reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you guys have reason to be up in people's business. Here's a fun one. We had Gypsy Rose Blanchard was from not that far away from where I live.
But you know, I mean, you said it was a border state. I mean, Wisconsin and Minnesota are both border states to Iowa. So I mean, you could be in the north.
That's true.
I'm in Northern Ireland, so I have no fucking idea. My entire country is probably smaller than a county in your state.
Your entire country is about actually approximately the size of my state. It's a little smaller.
Well, your state has like way more fucking population than where I'm from.
We have 1.4 million or 1.8 million. Might be 1.8 million, I think, across all.
Yeah,
of Northern
no.
Ireland.
Yeah, there's more people who live in like the big city an hour away than live in your entire country.
I like it that way.
Yeah, I grew up in a township of 25 people, and that's including myself.
Yeah, I live in the sticks, but it's actually pretty close to a city. That's another good thing about like where I live is that like I never really missed out on having any amenities. Like it was all just like in the city and like an hour drive away, which I mean is when you're a kid, that's like a long drive, but like we still had like all the theme parks and the, you know, all that fun stuff was like right there.
You had
So.
theme parks?
Mhm.
Wait, God, it must be crazy living in a different part of the Midwest where you have things.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had stuff.
We don't have those things in the north because every winter the snow takes them.
It's true.
Sasquatch comes in.
But where you're from, I mean, it sounds like the state that I'm thinking that you're from actually has some of the worst weather in the continental United States.
We
Very
have-
hot summers and very cold winters.
Well, tell us about, you said you were going into the horse riding and stuff. Tell us about yourself, Red, growing up and stuff like that. Now, you left religion, as you say, maybe 14, 15. Did you take up horse riding before that, after that? Or?
Yeah, I grew up on like a horse farm. My parents didn't ride, but my great uncle had
Oh, they did.
horses, and my uncle kind of rode. And so I got into pony club when I was a kid. That's I think pony club is very similar on both sides of the pond. So that was actually I was able to travel a lot as a kid, and I competed internationally and stuff. And that's actually when I first visited Ireland. I I got to go horseback riding over there. It wasn't like a super competitive competition because I wasn't
was
gonna
it
like
probably Dublin or
Adair, Ireland, in Limerick County.
oh, good, nice, good country place, lots of horses.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And here's a fun story from my childhood. I came over here and like I said, it wasn't like a big competitive thing. I hadn't brought my horse over. I was borrowing a horse and stuff. And I'm a hunter jumper, like through and through. I'm a hunter jumper. I do the jumps. I don't do like the dressage figures and all of that but like
Horses, yeah.
Yes, but I do the jumps. All right. I do the jumps in the side of the stadium. I was very specialized. And when I came over here, like I said, it wasn't a serious competition and it was just a combined training event, which is dressage, stadium jumping, and cross country. So cross country is like where you do like jumps, but like cross country, right? And
actual fences.
Yeah, like actual fences. Yeah. Like they call them fences in stadium jumping, but it's like they're just like rails that are set up to jump over. But like, yeah, you'll have sometimes it'll be like a creek or whatever will be like one of the elements in combined training. So I was borrowing a horse and the horse was actually familiar with this CT
so the horse had done the track before, even though you hadn't.
Right. Right. And they were like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like we've seen your hunter jumper stuff. Like you're gonna be fine. There's all these jumps are like smaller than the ones that you're jumping in the stadium, and like the horse knows the way. Like you're fine. You don't even need to go walk the trail." I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever." It wasn't serious.
Yeah.
So I go off, and there's this jump, and I'm coming up on the jump, and there were a few oxers, which are like wider jumps and stuff, and there was like a hedge jump and stuff like that, and the horse like absolutely knows what's going on. It's fine. And we get to this one jump and I can't really like see past it, but like the horse knows the way that we're going. So it's fine, whatever.
You
and
haven't
I like
even walked the track on your own.
I had walked some of the track before. Like actually I had ridden it, but not like riding that trail. I was familiar with the property, but it was like they're numbered elements. I can find my way. And so I'm like, okay, this is the next numbered element, but I can't see the element past it. But like, whatever, once we get past this element, I'm sure I'll be able to see it once I get on the other side of the fence. So we go over this fence and the horse starts to take off. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting. I can feel the horse shift like he's jumping an oxer, like a wider jump. And then he starts to shift some more. And then he starts to shift some more. It was a 6-foot drop jump. Like, I did not even know that it was literally a 6-foot cliff on the other side of this fence.
You fell, like from the top of the fence right down.
I stayed on the horse, but yeah, it was 6 feet down, and the horse knew it. So he was like, shifting his body weight to like almost like he was jumping a wider jump, but it wasn't wider. It was a drop jump, and I was just like, holy crap!
So you Skyrim horsed in real life?
Pretty much, yeah.
Neat.
It was an interesting experience. That it was definitely an adrenaline rush for sure. It was not, like I said, very competitive, but it was a competition I will remember for a lifetime.
No, that would be weird. Yeah, you should have walked the entire track or rid the entire track.
Yeah, see, I just they like put me in at the last minute. They were like, "Oh, you're over here?" Like, because I was there for like more of just like a training event and stuff like that, and they were like, "We have this competition going. Here, we'll pencil you in." And I was like, okay.
Okay, right. We have a couple of people waiting in the back, or we've got Phoebe waiting in the background. I want to get Phoebe in because Phoebe's always good fun. So,
but yes, that is the lesson learned from that is always walk the track.
Yeah,
I'll
always walk the track.
jump out and I'll come back if you need me.
You sure that's all right? You don't mind? I've got another hangout loaded. We can have more people in if that's up to yourself, Maya.
No, I'm going to drink and talk shit in the chat. Like, those are my people.
Maya, we will see you drunk in the chat.
You better be talking shit.
Talk shit here.
I want to see the shit talking.
Baby! Baby, are you there? Can you hear us? Did we lose Maya?
He's staring blank face at the screen.
Yeah, she's not even going to talk. Just
gonna...
See, this is what I said when we were talking about earlier. Phoebe's weird, but nothing to do with the fact that they're trans. They're just weird.
I run an interview channel where I was interviewing somebody in Portugal today.
I saw.
What did you think?
It was interesting. I liked it.
Yeah, that was a very interesting chat.
Oh,
It was.
I thought you were going to make a joke about the Portuguese. I was the way you said that. I thought it was going to be a weird joke about the Portuguese.
No,
No,
they're
literal.
from they're British.
Wales.
Yeah.
They're British, right?
Yeah.
Welsh.
Oh, Welsh. Okay.
Welsh
Oh, well.
Maltese.
Okay.
But it was a very. I thought that was an interesting chat. They did have, if I can say,
Unique views.
right. Well, they said that they felt that the doctors in their stage, with what they were putting across to them, came across to her as forcing it. And then you made a statement in the live chat saying some people can take it that way. Well, right. That's. I think
my.
she's still entitled to her opinion, and you
I-
don't.
The reason
Good
that I said
movie.
that was because it was an answer to someone else's question.
Well, you're going to be
Yeah,
pedantic.
I was in on that.
Yeah. Someone said, "Oh, that's how it is." I said, "Well, some people can take it that way."
But you know, if someone going through transition in the 70s and the 80s, you know, I'm not going to give away your age, Phoebe. But what do you know?
Well,
You weren't born in
depends
the
on what
70s.
You're asking here. You as a cis white dude asking this trans woman what she
Yeah.
knows about transition.
No. I asked. No, I'm just saying that there's a. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a difference in what they went through in the 70s because you weren't even born and going through it now.
I understand that.
That's what
That's
I'm making
why
a
I have
statement
these
of.
interviews to learn more things myself.
Well, yeah, I'm not
Why I
saying
do
there's
these
anything wrong or you did
interviews.
anything wrong. I'm just saying that that
I didn't
person
say I
had
did
different
anything
doctors.
wrong either, you loony.
Different doctors back in the
I
day.
do want to hear Phoebe's perspective on this
I
because
just
I
like
feel like
talking
she's
over
not
the
gonna
top of
sugarcoat
Phoebe.
it.
I'm going to keep talking over the top of Phoebe to the flip out.
She didn't have time to like really get into it in the stream, but like
MathPig attacks trans people.
Hey.
I have made statements that Phoebe is my favorite person to hate live on stream multiple times.
And
So you
I
could-
have
they're gonna clip that.
live on one of MathPig's streams before.
Oh,
I think me
You
and
screamed?
Phoebe.
What have you screamed though? Like
Oh,
what did
no.
you scream?
I'll send you the link, Savage, seeing as you're a
Okay.
member, because it's for members and Patreons only.
Okay.
You know, but it's not on the main channel anymore. But yeah. Phoebe
I
has.
lost my shit.
Good.
oh yeah.
I mean, like
remember that.
if he
Yeah,
deserved
you were
it,
there
then
for that
good.
cat.
Yeah.
You both actually disagreed. If I can stir the pot and play the role of ox, you disagreed.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the fuck it was about either.
That's the safe answer. That's the safe answer.
That's the
Hi,
safe
Spartan.
Well,
Thanks
no,
for turning up,
I-
Spartan. Thanks for turning up, Doubting Thomas.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. If I did know what it was about, even if I didn't care, I would be bringing it up right now because I'm a bitch.
I have my own.
I warned
outlet as
Fabio.
my
I was like,
as
"Have you
my
ever met
counteraction to
Cat
the-
before?" Fabio was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah. No, friends with real scummy people. I'm a bit of an asshole, but good crack."
Yeah, well, yeah, I am friends with some absolute scumfuck miserable bastards, but
I've known.
let's put it this way.
I would say I
I
have
have-
acquaintances that are.
I have an
dicks.
antidote to that I am working on. That you know about. I've told you about the antidote to that.
The antidote to assholes.
Is,
No,
no, I
is it
thought
a
that-
gun?
that-
Asshole antidote.
is it a scumfuck dissolver?
Yes, yes, it is.
For
It's
some
called,
reason, I'm picturing you like an old lady with cats in a spray bottle, just going bad racist, and just squirting them and they dissolve.
I mean,
That won't be me.
Does that
would
work?
be more like I can see that being Katie Montgomery one day when she just ends up with thousands and thousands of cats blasting them with going bad faces, bad transphobe.
oh my god, I wish I could do that.
Fabio, you've
I got
been very
accosted
quiet.
at the gas station the other day.
Did you see
Well,
the
it's been a
interview at
couple
all,
years.
Fabio?
The reason he's so quiet is because he's on mute.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
I'm just listening. So yeah.
Buongiorno.
You've met Phoebe before, haven't you?
Buongiorno.
Yeah.
Io no. Per favore parli più piano, non capisco.
Italian.
Well, we're all went
Français,
Italian.
mademoiselle?
And
you should have montage
Is this
of
not
the
racist? Is this not
Okay,
racist?
that was the entire extent of my Italian. Please don't actually speak more slowly in Italian,
No,
okay? It won't
No,
help
it's
me.
that-
French.
is that I honestly do not understand what they're saying. But
I was speaking French. That's why you wouldn't understand me. I was speaking
Yous are like
French.
fucking. Yous are like
I
Joey and
just said an
friends
amazing
trying to
new
speak
horse in
French, and
Arabic,
yous are just
so-
coming across as a bunch of racists. That's what's happening.
I can speak a little bit of French, so if it was French, I would have understood it.
Yeah, see that's what I was gonna go with. It's like, like, well, you didn't understand me because I wasn't speaking Italian. I was actually speaking French. Yeah, no, you weren't.
Nah.
Like, oh, damn.
Damn it, I was speaking French.
Jeff,
Pas du
how's life been
tout.
treating?
Non.
How's life been treating you, Jeff? Up
Je
and up.
suis désolé parce que, si ça c'est en français, c'est vraiment terrible. So,
His French might be better than yours, Phoebe.
Well, I understood every word he said, though.
see?
You say that? What did he say?
I mean, I
No,
understood some of those
hold
words,
on,
and I
hold on.
don't
No.
speak
Fabio said some
Italian.
stuff, and Phoebe proclaimed that she understood it all. Phoebe, could you say it back to us in English and translate for us, please?
I'm very sorry, but I think that your French is incredibly terrible.
Yeah. Not all of it, but yeah.
His French
You got
is better
most
than
of
yours.
it.
His French is better than yours. Sorry, Phoebe. Sorry.
For fuck's sakes!
So Jeff, how are you doing? How many views did your Asshole 104 video get this week?
Just the one from last night.
Yeah.
Oh, it was at 550 and counting, I think.
Oh,
Nice.
at least 4. I was thinking minimum 400. Like.
That's up to 599. It was 550 when I checked this afternoon. So
Doing well. Yeah.
I've been naming them after Berenstein Bears books. I don't know if you guys had those ever in the
Ernestine
UK.
Burge.
Did you guys ever get those in the UK and
I know,
Ireland?
Berenstein.
Berenstein, don't start that. People were correcting my spelling, and I had to Google the spelling fucking twice. I get it right, and somebody's like, "It's actually spelled Berenstein." And I'm like,
What are we
"No, it
gonna have
isn't. It is not."
Right.
I looked up the cover.
Do
I
you
looked up the
know
cover
who
art
you're
to spell
talking
it.
to?
Look,
I don't
Von
do
Helton
spelling
doesn't
or
believe
grammar.
in. Von Helton will tell you all about the Mandela effect.
Okay, so we just lost Cat because they said the magic word, which was Von something.
That'll get you. Wow, that'll get you banned. Oh,
No. I've never
Not,
kicked
it's not like a
Cat.
permanent ban.
I've never kicked Cat
I
before.
didn't know that was a no-no word.
It's not really. I just was using it as an excuse to kick you because everybody that comes on here has to be kicked at least once.
Fair enough.
okay. If Darth Dawkins is asshole 104, what do you call the other guy?
What's the other
The
guy?
one that you
the
just
other guy.
the one that you just kicked ayahuasca banana hammock for.
Oh, we don't even mention that person because that's like a...
He who shall not be named.
Oh,
So
no.
just a
It
straight on
literally
Voldemort
doesn't
kinda.
come up in conversation because
Oh,
that
okay.
person is... Like, honest to fuck. Unless I'm talking to
Okay,
Rage or maybe Cat or possibly Quentin, Von Helton doesn't come up in conversation. Why would he?
Who the fuck is the other guy? Because there's plenty of other guys. So
It's
you gotta
true.
be a little bit more specific.
Fabio,
than
you
that.
know of Von Helton, no?
Fuck me. It's my fucking hero. I got his photograph in my wallet. Are you shitting me? Hey, mate. Listen.
That's
I've
a
been
bit
around.
creepy. That's as creepy as
I've been
fuck.
around a lot.
Yeah, well, it's
You
just
know,
why,
so
I
I
only asked that
remember-
because you said, who is this other guy? And I was like, you should know Von Helton.
I remember Van Elton when he was claiming to be the fucking Punisher.
He still is.
Yeah.
He still is.
Well, no. Don't. Yeah, he is. But I remember when he was claiming to be on air.
Yeah.
I remember the guy claimed that he died twice. And the first time.
Death was a finite thing. I
No.
thought he was
The
dead.
first time.
Well, he's
So
a
the
time traveler.
the
He's
first
a time
time he-
traveler who shifted dimensions. That's how he can die twice.
No. The first time he died.
Hold on, I don't have my
was
notebook.
when he was born. Nobody. Not too many people know
I
that.
think they're going to have a shorter time here than I was thinking. Because if I'm about to die, I don't want to spend it here. I want to spend it somewhere else.
Why are you going to die?
Because apparently you can die twice, apparently.
Yeah, he died
My
twice.
first inclination of ever seeing Von Helton was Von Helton dressed in black and red, thinking he was like a vampire or something. It was like,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
is this crazy ass motherfucker? You
When-
don't know Von Helton, Savage? You should be doing
No.
reaction streams to some of
Oh.
the stuff he said.
Oh,
Oh, please
You
send
have-
me a link. I will.
You know how
No,
most people
no,
will say, you have not lived until you've experienced X. You have not died in your soul until you've experienced Van Halen. When I first saw his toothless, gumming grin
I'm
and his
gonna take a
creepy ass
chance.
goatee, the first thought that popped into my head was, Jesus Christ, that guy looks like my hatred for the state of Kentucky. Turns out he lives in
he's from
Kentucky.
Ohio.
Yes.
He's from Ohio,
What?
though.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross. That's even
Yeah.
worse somehow.
He moved to Kentucky.
He moved there. No one moves
Yep.
to Kentucky. They move away from
Because
there.
here's the thing about all Midwesterners, and here's the thing
Define
that,
the
like, if you're
Midwest
across
before you
from
carry
across
on.
the pond,
Define the Midwest.
so like
Everything not coastal.
there's the East Coast, and then there's like the West Coast, and out west is kind of by the West Coast. Everything between the East Coast and like the West, okay? So like
It's not the South.
before you get to
Western,
like
Pennsylvania,
Colorado,
Pennsylvania, East Coast, Midwest.
East Coast. Pennsylvania
Michigan,
is East Coast.
East Coast, West, Midwest.
Michigan's
Midwest.
getting to the Midwest.
Ohio,
So is Ohio.
East Coast, Midwest.
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 Illinois,
Midwest.
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 Kansas,
Midwest.
Texas.
Starting to get.
All
You're
I'm
starting
here
to
is
get out west.
Southern-ish.
Midwest. Oh, I just spanked
Texas?
myself in the chat.
The northern
South.
part of Texas kind of is a little bit Midwest, but anytime that you're into like the meat of Texas, you're in the South.
How do you get into the meat of Texas? That sounds very delicious, or else really perverted.
Look at it; it kind of looks
What
like
about
Go to a
Oklahoma?
barbecue shop. It's
Oklahoma. Kind of
No.
is a little bit west, a little bit Midwest.
it's where the wind goes sweeping down the plains.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah,
in the
I would
song one
consider
time.
Oklahoma Midwest. So here's the thing about Midwesterners: every single one of us, okay? Our ancestors, at some point, were like,
lived in
"Hey,
Europe and came over and killed a lot
I'm
of
gonna
Indians.
do." No, it could be that they were born in Pennsylvania and they were going out on the Oregon Trail or whatever. At
They're
some
not
point in their
ancestors.
life, they would go somewhere.
You're
They
sorry.
got
you,
partway
you're
and just
making a
said,
big
"Fuck it."
mistake from the get-go. You're making a big mistake from the get-go, because you said all the people from Midwest.
All
Well,
white people from the Midwest.
No,
Oh.
sorry. And then you spoke about ancestors. Now, keep in mind that Van Helton is from the Midwest, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but that
And
is
he's
the problem.
160%
You
Native American.
you talked about ancestors. That guy has nothing to do with any kind of ancestors that might be in the Midwest. Because
Well, that's not fair,
I-
Fabio. That's because just because he's his own grandfather doesn't mean. I mean, because he's that
listen,
inbred.
according to the last calculation, that guy is 185% something, because is 40% Indian, 25% German, 75%. I mean, you pick a percentage, you pick a number, and you assign, an origin. That's Van Helton. And if you sum it up, I think it's 185, 192% of something. So when you say everybody, I understand, but keep in mind that you have one exception, and that guy is a huge exception, because this guy is a fucking legend.
I'm just
There
saying,
is
even if he's
no
like
way
part
around it.
German,
Really,
part
he's
whatever.
not-
Like if
no.
he was born in
legend?
Ohio or Iowa, I don't remember which
Is
one it
Von
was.
Hel-
Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has ancestors that set off with the intention to go somewhere.
Well,
got partway
well,
there
y-
and
I
said,
mean-
"Fuck."
okay.
And-
Listen, I understand.
Well-
You might be right if it's only one person, but keep in mind that this guy has been affected by the Mandela effect.
Maybe
So
do you know of Von
we
Helton?
don't really know
hatched from an
the
egg.
the entity which is Van Helton right now existing in this reality, if he was really born in Ohio or not. We
could be
simply do
Pazuzu.
not know. Yeah,
Yeah.
we simply don't know. So yeah, I mean, I would say I would be super precise, because
Keep
this
that.
guy.
Okay, we'll keep that
I'm just
as a
gonna say,
possibility.
if you ever want to talk to Von Helton, I can introduce you.
That sounds like somebody may as well stick a barbed wire baseball bat up my rectum.
I mean, judging by Phoebe's response, I shouldn't right away take
No.
you up on that.
He
but
is
still
terrible.
sounds really interesting.
Okay, everybody here
It's
says
so
he's
fun to
terrible,
fuck
and
with
Fabio looks very upset because he thinks that Vaughn's a legend. Let us know why Vaughn's a
No.
legend.
No. Listen,
He is.
I don't think he's a legend. He's a fucking
He
legend.
sounds like a legend.
Period.
He's like
Sounds
him
more
and
like a
Brett
legend
Keane.
than a
They're
legend.
elder gods.
Yeah.
They're
I mean-
elder gods of the internet.
Right?
That
you had
guy
to bring up
is-
him. You had to bring up
Listen.
the fucking manatee, didn't you? Just let it alone.
That guy is a warlock.
Maya
You
said
have,
don't
have
do
you
it.
got no? Have you got fucking? I mean, how many warlocks do you know in person?
One. Von Helden.
Van Elton, right? So there
See
you
you
go.
later, Phoebe. Nice to meet you.
I think
Nice to
Zero.
meet you, Phoebe.
Bye, Phoebe.
Adios. Sorry I ruined your night.
We shouldn't have brought up Von Helden. No, the interesting thing is that Von Helden, like the elder gods, if you look at him for too long, it will drive you
lose your
mad.
mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
It sucks your soul.
Yep.
It really
Okay.
sucks your soul.
But have
Okay.
you seen his feet?
No.
Yes. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Those are some powerful feet he's got.
In what way are you using the word powerful?
Oh.
What is that?
Are you
Have
talking?
you ever seen like an artist's
Yeah.
depiction of werewolf feet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, take that, but they haven't clipped
I
their
thought he was a
nails in 2
vampire.
decades.
So like a cross between a bear and a hobbit.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
transcends the meaning of feet. You know, when you, it's really something. I mean, you call them feet because they're at the end of the leg, but it's something a little bit more transcendental than that.
Are we
They-
talking about? Let me ask you this: do they look like rotten pork loins rolled in filth and dirt?
Leave the pigs alone.
Sorry,
Kinda, yeah.
like
Well,
big slabs of rotting meat.
well, less appetizing than that.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
So does he
Kinda,
just
but less appetizing.
does he just kick it hillbilly style out there in the hollers, just wandering around the hills and?
Okay, no, it's not hillbilly style.
It's
It's
not
some
hillbilly,
advanced
yeah.
form of degeneracy.
Yeah.
Like, hillbillies, yeah, he's got the no teeth of hillbillies and all that shit, but at least hillbillies don't have teeth because they're drinking and using chewing tobacco, right? He's got no teeth because he's
Or-
insane and didn't brush them, right? This is advanced degeneracy, right?
I mean,
So
I feel
he doesn't. He does.
some
He doesn't
hillbillies,
drink.
though.
So
No,
that guy.
he doesn't drink.
No. He drinks. He drinks only one thing: Mountain Dew.
No, Mountain Dew.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
That's it.
Mountain
that's what
Dew.
it is where I live. Is
Yeah.
it's very often kids who are fed soda.
So
They
I
call it
shit
Mountain
you
Dew
not.
now.
Is the only human being, and I'm being, I use the term in a very general sense, that I've seen that he eating spaghetti from a can with a spoon.
Oh, I see that all the time.
I was gonna say this is not surprising to
That's-
me either.
That's pretty normal
Okay,
behavior where I live.
okay. You want me maggots on pizza? Because I understand somebody puts pineapple on pizza. Yes,
That's gross.
maggots on pizza.
I mean, I've heard that there are people who do that on purpose. If he does that on purpose, that's one thing. It's another thing if it's that shit's been sitting there long enough for maggots to hatch on it.
I
Yeah,
have seen a
that-
guy in possibly some, I'm not going to say any country or try and be any way racist or anything like that, but it was a very old, less developed country than ours, and local to where their village was, or their, wherever wee tiny thing, they had a swamp where every year the flies would nest and stuff like that, and at one
Right.
big season when the sun came, they'd all break out in one day. I mean, this thing is a swarm, like fog. You can hardly see through it. And he has a special net, and he's literally through the thing doing this, and then coming down, taking the flies out, squishing them like that there, up in it, making a burger, setting it to the side. And they go then, and then fried and had a wee barbecue afterwards. And the amount of protein in that is 4 times the size of a beef burger.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker, because Van Elton can do all of that. But he also designed the B-2 the stealth bomber. and he's also a space marine.
I was gonna say, was
So-
that before or after he was a space marine?
Yeah. So how do you
How
like
does that
them
work?
apples, right?
How does that-
Go,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know, like in Stargate and stuff, like that was. No, wait, that was Air Force. Never mind. What the fuck is a Space Marine?
Oh,
Your home,
fuck
huh?
me if I know, but apparently the guy is a space marine. So,
Yeah.
yeah, deal with it. I mean, I have no fucking idea. I mean, I've been known the guy for years, you know, and I still cannot wrap my head around it. And by the way, you asked for links. Good fucking luck with that. It's not, I mean, so there are links, and but there is a whole history about the guy, and it's a bloody rabbit hole.
Oh, that sounds
It's-
like fun.
It's insane. You will lose your mind, and you will spend months just to scratch the surface.
Can I try and let me ask you a question? Have you ever heard someone say there's a hollow part to the flat Earth?
Like that, there's like a
Well,
hollow.
it has to be. You know, you can't have a super thin
There's
Earth.
a
It's-
hollow inside to the flat Earth.
Oh, there's I thought it was just a disc.
Cat, what you missed out just
But
before
it's a
COVID.
hollow disc, like
in
like one of those
2019.
frisbees for the pool.
In 2019, there was a guy, I think he was from America over here in England. I can't remember because it was a wee while ago, obviously 2 years in COVID and all that. But he had organised, he had found the entrance to the Hollow Earth. It was in the Amazon, and he'd
Oh.
organised a wee fucking group and everything, and you could pay him money and go with him down into, you know, the hole in the
Hell
earth.
yeah.
Which is probably some
isn't the
cave
hollow Earth
system.
basically? So there's the flat earthers that are just like, you know, the world's not a globe, but the hollow earthers are basically like, hang on, it's not just, we don't want you to think that it's just like a plate. It's more like a tray of lasagna filled with catacombs, you know. But is that kind of how it works?
Well, with Von Helton, there's a hollow part underneath the flat Earth, which is like a pizza tray or a lasagna pan, and that's where all the evil reptiles, led by Hillary Clinton, who are pretending to be Jews, hide the gold they stole from the real Jews.
Oh my God!
Yeah. There is that, and do not forget.
I heard of, like the
do
hollow
not-
where it's like the hole in the North Pole, but I didn't realize.
There's no poles in Von Helton's world.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
there's no pole.
There's a bunch of like
yeah,
pizza trays separated by ice.
Yep. I mean, it's what you said, but you must not forget the what CERN does.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, right? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Jeepers
You mean the
Christ,
particle
God.
accelerator?
yeah. Oh, you
yeah.
think it's a particle accelerator? Ha ha ha!
You're not going to
wait a
tell me
minute,
that
wait a
it's a
minute, wait a
fucking
minute,
black
let me
hole
guess.
creating Mandela
It's-
effect
it's
machine,
Satan.
are you?
It's Satan's butthole, isn't it?
Well, it has something to do with Satanism.
Of course. That was close.
But yeah, but I mean, it's Van Helton, so there is more than that, you know. And depending on what day of the week it is, there's different things happening over there, you know.
Ox, I think it's like one of those like pool frisbees where it's like a disc, but it's like hollow in the middle, or like a roasting pan where there's like the pan over the top and then the pan underneath where it like all the drippings go.
Yeah, that's a good
Hey.
one.
I talked to him for 45 minutes about it, and I'm still not sure.
Yeah.
I think I
mean,
wound up just losing my mind and screaming and calling him something bigoted and leaving.
I would have been like, wait, are you sure it's layers of ice and not layers of ricotta or cream cheese of some kind? Like,
Now, what kind of spices are in that? I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
well, when you
rock
get into
layers?
when you get into the oregano layer, past the caramelized
Well-
onion sheaths, then
See-
you end up
see,
in the
in-
lake of grease.
In Von Helton's
Vaughn, I just
world,
think
it's
you're
just-
hungry.
if you
It's
speak with the
just
guy,
schwan spaghetti.
if you speak with the guy and you try to rationalize too much what he's saying, you're missing everything. It's a trip. It's like being on acid, you know, talking with the guy.
does
You
sound
just
like a
go,
trip.
yeah, you go with the flow, and whatever the fuck he says, you say yes, sir. Please carry on.
Okay,
That's yeah.
So it's
Move
like a improv where it's like no, you can't say no. It's just yes and.
It is the gift
Yes,
which keeps on
correct.
giving, and it's been given for years.
I've been in a
Like
couple of
12.
arguments with him, and I trigger him almost as much as he triggers me. And at one point, while we were having a quote unquote discussion, he says something, and I decided to get personal because he'd been talking over me and muting me, and I'm like, didn't you just have your kids taken away from you again? Because he frequently has CPS take his kids. They take his kids from him.
the charm.
Yeah, 13 times, and he goes, no, pauses a beat, and I got him back anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, so which one is it? You didn't have them taken away? Then how did you get them back? Who did take them, Vaughn?
Okay,
Well-
see, and that is one of the things that
They
I
were
love about
stolen.
Amberlynn Reed that I was telling you, Pig. That it's like she'll say shit like that, where it's just like, okay, but like what? But you just said the one thing the other day was that her ex-girlfriend, who like they're staying roommates, but her ex-girlfriend said some shit about her in the last stream. So then the next time she
Yeah.
comes on, she was supposedly visiting family, and the family member tested positive for COVID. Now the girlfriend, she got a test and she came back negative, so we don't need to worry about her. But she is quarantining with the family member that tested positive, so as to avoid bringing COVID home. It's just like, what? It doesn't make no sense.
That makes perfect sense if you don't think at all.
Yeah.
Right, like if you're just talking and you're not like thinking about it at all, it like kind of makes sense. But like,
You ought to drop this little bit of like, if you hear that again, just be like, did you get your quarantine techniques from Von Helton? Do you know who that is?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, they do. Well, at least Von Helton knows who she is.
apparently like they went to the same university or something.
If you've ever known somebody who is apt to step outside on a sunny day and open their mouth and directly into the sunshine, just look straight up into the sky and hold their mouth open as wide as they can so that the sun can cure their sore throat, that's the kind of level of just country schizophrenia that Von Helton brings.
Okay,
to the
so like
table.
chili juice levels.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, well, Jilly Juice has not. Jillian Epperly has not ascended to whatever plane Vaughn is on. She's close, but
Jeff, your brother has turned up, so me and the bot are actually having an argument, Team J or Team Jeff. So
Do I need to go then? Is that what you're saying?
no, we have a spare slot. We're just waiting for Jay to come in. He has the link, you know. Team J, Team J.
Jefferson Spatchik.
It's magic. yeah. We
It's
just
spatchcock, right?
yeah.
It's
we
like the
Jefferson Spatchik.
What was your name before that, Jeff? Though I can't remember. It was Jefferson
you know, like
something.
the chicken, and you flattened it.
No,
right?
I used to have a username. It was for an old email account, Disembodied Dead.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Am I
Yeah,
just
And then you went
imagining
spatchcock.
what spatchcock is? And I'm a vegetarian, and I think it's a meat thing. But am I like way
It
off?
is.
base there?
It's
Okay,
a chicken
okay.
thing.
What is
Okay.
there is a
butterfly
spatchcock?
chicken, butterfly
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What,
you, like,
there is an
flatten it,
actual
okay.
spatchcock.
It's a butterfly chicken. So if you take it's butterfly poultry. If you
It's
turn
savage. It
if
is
you take a
savage.
duck, turkey, chicken, Cornish hen, you flip it over and then you cut the spine out with a pair of poultry shears.
Uh-huh.
You flip it back over and you flatten it out. You crack the sternum down so it splays out. Looks like a little bit like a stealth bomber.
Right. Well,
Getting back to
Savage
Von
is
Helton.
saying that this
Yeah,
is savage.
basically you just
You're
like,
not doing this to
blood
the
eagle
animal while it's
bird.
alive, are you?
You're just flattening out an
No.
entire animal
Yeah.
by
No,
ripping
I mean,
out its spine.
It's
I
still
mean, yeah.
it's still like the corpse of an animal. Like
Mhm. It's pretty brutal, but it comes from an old English word that I guess means juvenile chicken, and so I liked it because one, I like cooking, and I do like spatchcocking and butterflying poultry when I roast it, but also people kept calling me
like
immature
spatchcocking.
and a
Right.
coward. So
I'm totally
spatchcock-
going to snip it, spatchcock, and
you're
roasting and turn it into like
young
You
chicken.
know, some spit roasting there.
I'm an immature chicken, an immature coward, a juvenile chicken.
It depends on your upbringing. I remember we had rabbits behind us in the field, and my dad at the time, I say at the time, my stepfather, remember him killing one of the rabbits and just taking it over to like a wee area in the corner of the garden, just ripping it apart and all, and then looking at it, noticing it had maximatosis, is what they used over here to cull some of the rabbits at the time, and then he just give it to the dog and let the dog at it, like, you know, it's
Jeez.
blood, guts.
Oh,
I would say,
Oh,
where do
did
you
you
think you
kill
get your
and gut
food from?
animals?
But Savage is a fucking vegetarian, so.
I also used to be a bolt gun operator at a slaughterhouse. So
That'll make you vegetarian. Quick.
no, actually, it didn't.
It didn't. No, it didn't. That wasn't what did it for you.
I mean, not like the.
I worked
the
in a pig
actual-
slaughterhouse.
Not the slaughtering. Just kind of like getting to see like the meat industry and how much waste there is was really
Yeah.
kind of what did it. But,
Over
yeah.
here, they gas the pigs. They put the pigs into a big room, and then the gas. Now, this is back when I worked in the
That
place.
sounds scary.
Now, this is about 20 years ago. Being, I worked actually in the kitchen of the slaughterhouse, and I went down to the slaughter line, to actually see, how they did it and stuff. But I was like working in the kitchen, just sort of helping out as like a wee part-time weekend thing with my mum. She ran the kitchen, so I was young. I was 12, 13, maybe younger than that. So it's a while ago. I'm not that old. I'm not as old as Fabio or Jeff, but anyway.
Easy now.
They used to gas the pigs.
Hey.
They gassed the pigs, and then the pigs would be dead, and they would drag them out and hook them up, and then they would put them along, and they put them through like a furnace, like a real light furnace, to take all the hairs off their body, and then they would come out the other side, and they'd slit the throat. It was like a motion, slit it, and then like down like that, so they could open it out and peel it and all the rest of it and do what they did. And
Peel it is such a good word for it.
well, that's what it looked
they
like.
do.
They were
Here they say we remove the hide, but yeah, that's exactly what it is.
They peeled it. I'll tell you, whenever that place got shut down and moved to the bigger factory, or whatever it was, because we worked in the kitchen, I went down to the kiln and we stole a load of knives. Like, my ma has knives in her kitchen now that if you dropped from 3 inches above it, would cut your finger off. Like, it's some real good kitchen knives. Like,
Murder knives.
oh man, the
Yeah.
funniest thing is, before the fucking place left, she went down and ripped the electric, do you know, like a bug killer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lights, the blue neon light things. Yeah. This is real proper 1990s technology. And she's like, has it in her kitchen. And I've been there where like Daddy Longlegs has come in and landed on it. And 5 minutes later, you're still watching it in flames. It's like, it's one of them real old school, I'm evil as fuck things. Like, it doesn't just kill you
Yeah.
and put you to sleep. Catch fire. Like,
Bug zapper.
bug zapper, yeah.
Well, speaking of zapping things, I stopped eating meat for years from working in a cemetery that had a crematory in it. Fun fact, the smell of burning human makes you not want to eat meat.
It's like the smell of like grilled fat. Like
And-
it's
Well, have you ever watched a Hellraiser movie?
What they used to do was put ammonia down everywhere. They used to put ammonia down everywhere in the fucking
Yeah.
entrance in and out and stuff. So all you could smell was ammonia over flesh. Like,
Yeah, well, we had one where it was an old style crematory, and you had to open up a hatch and stick a big metal rod in there and like crunch the body down because they would sit up and stick their hands straight out
oh yeah.
because it's cold in Wisconsin, so all the muscles contract, so you have this flaming melting face staring at you.
Ugh.
Like,
You know, it's
2 out of 10 would not recommend.
It's interesting
Yeah,
because
that's-
Christopher Hitchens wrote a section about that in one of his books about how firefighters that have experienced buildings where there have been trapped people inside, they have a hard time eating pork because that's the closest that it smells really close to that, and they're just like, no, can't
I
do it.
literally, I could try to eat pork, but I couldn't, because that's exactly what it fucking smells like. And we had a mall right next door to that cemetery, right? And like the crematorium was literally 18, 20 feet from the parking lot. There was just a fence in between. And people would always talk about the smell, and they would think it's like, the mall food court. No, that's
What?
human corpses burning. That's organ meat.
Particularly or if they're very overweight, it'll have even more of that like really fast food, like fatty.
fat.
Well, they call it the human candle. With fat people, it's the human grease fire. My God, they
Yeah.
light and stay lit and go everywhere, and you have to
Because the
watch them
fat goes up
carefully.
faster. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they burn so fast.
So let's not
then
talk
you
about
got-
burning people. Jay, where are you?
Vegan
Oh, come
equals
on.
bad hunter, Ox said in the chat, which I think is funny.
I don't
Considering
know,
in
have
the
you ever
world that we're
tried to
living
hunt
in now.
leaves?
Yeah.
I think most vegans would embrace that, right? Like, yeah, well, that's all
Yeah.
right. It's like,
You want to know? You want to know a fun story about a vegetarian hunter? in my family, we have a rule: if you kill it, you eat it.
Yes.
This like again, country, like there are squirrels here, stuff like that. My parents were like pro teaching us about gun safety and stuff when I
Gray
was a kid,
squirrels
and
or
that
red
was
squirrels?
the rule.
Gray
You kill
squirrels
it, you
or
eat it.
red squirrels?
What?
Gray or red?
Red.
Red.
Well, we have brown. There's also brown in that area
But
too, and
we've
black
an-
squirrels.
It depends on like what kind of trees you have, I think.
Somebody
Yeah.
brought grey squirrels over here, and they're bigger, and they're destroying all the red squirrels over here.
Sorry.
Really? We kind of
Brown
have the
squirrels
opposite.
are fat and lazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have.
Yeah,
we got
where
your
I'm
stupid
at,
red squirrel.
where I'm at, we have red, brown, black, gray. Most of them are for just squirrels, but the red ones, when they show up, they're pretty aggressive, and they usually bully the other squirrels out of the area. And they're prolific breeders; that they'll give birth to a litter of like 8
Yeah.
at a time.
Yes. So that is the issue that we're having at my mom's house right now, is that the squirrels are a little bit over
Horny.
exactly, and there's too many of them. And my mom has like this balcony where she like puts this just a copious amount of bird feeders for like no reason besides that she just likes to wake up in
So
the
you
morning and
wake
see
up-
birds on her
yeah.
balcony.
So you
Yeah.
wake up and the squirrels are going mad, and you think you're in that Rick and Morty episode where the squirrels are taking over the world.
So yeah, she has like
Yeah.
she like declared war with the squirrels. And again, we
War
live in the country,
required.
and my mom was like, "Where's that 22?"
I have a
And,
22.
um,
I have a .22 in there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'll
I
kill
use
a
it
squirrel.
for pigeons. I've
Yeah,
used it mainly-
exactly.
yeah, the only thing I've killed since I've got the 22 has been pigeons.
So my mom shoots and kills a squirrel. She's been 30 years a vegetarian, and she's like, "Fuck."
Oh, there's a
What do
lot
I
of good
do
eating
now?
on squirrel.
I have no issues killing the animal, whatever. The pigeons, I left the pigeons at work for a full year and a half. They had chicks or whatever the fuck, baby pigeons or whatever, had a wee nest and all, but they moved from one side of the shed to the
Nuggets.
other side of the shed. And where they were originally was over in the corner where we didn't store anything, and they can shit all they want. I didn't give two flying fucks. It's up, it's in the corner, there's cobwebs there. That never went there. Then they moved to above my 15,000, well, it's not mine, but the 15,000 pound alignment machine, right above an alarm sensor. And I swear to fuck, the amount of times that alarm went off with them motherfuckers. And I would watch them after I locked up. I would swish them out of the shed. I would close up, and I've watched them go smack, in the roller doors, and fly into the roller door, and then just up over the top and go on in. I'm like, you motherfucking. So
Get
dead.
back to their little nest.
Yeah, so I'm killing them motherfuckers. Yeah, so I got my 2-2, and I think there was 3 of them, and I got the first 2 no bother, straight through the head, dead on, down, dead, in the bin, where he is on go. The other one I sort of skimmed because he took off just at it, and he went down through the door, and he went out into the car park. And this is probably going to upset the vegan, but it went out into the car park, and it landed and sort of, was flapping right outside an army cadet center, right? So I'm trying to kill this bird with a gun who's sitting right outside an army cadet center, right? And I'm like, I don't know, the gun's legal, I've got my license with me, but can I walk out into the street in front of a British building, an army building, and shoot something? I don't know. Don't know if I can do that. So I'm snuck over in the corner of my building, right?
Well, that was kind of you to consider the bird.
It wasn't kind of me to consider the bird. I didn't want to fire a gun in front of a British army building and get done for something.
Well, but you wanted to put the bird out of its misery.
Oh no, I haven't finished the story yet. You're going to enjoy this, right? The wee fucker wouldn't get up over the curb, so I couldn't get a good shot. So I went over, and he stopped flapping, so I was like, right, he's just died naturally. I'm going to go over and get him. And I lifted him, and his brain must have been firing or whatever, and he took off, and I panicked, and I dropped him, and I jumped on his head, and I squished that motherfucker's head. And then I took him, and I put him in the
yeah.
bin. He was definitely dead after that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put him out of his misery. He had to go.
He had to go. He kept setting my alarm
Okay.
off.
It's
But you know
unfortunate,
what's
but it
real
had to
fun?
happen.
Pardon?
Shooting squirrels and raccoons with a 308.
Good God, you'll explode them.
Yeah, it's so they turn into mist.
I was like, are they recognizable as like even an animal after?
No, it's great.
I generally prefer
Like-
target shooting. 30, 40 meters with the 2-2 that I have, I'm pretty good at, like full
Yeah.
range, like, yeah. I had an
Wait.
explosive target that didn't explode because I didn't hit it with enough force. I was at that distance. Like,
Cat, isn't shooting animals that size with a 308 illegal in most areas?
have you
Never
met
mind.
Cat,
Never.
Jeff?
Don't answer that.
Just out of curiosity, have you met Cat before?
Well,
I think it is where I live.
I mean, it's rural Wisconsin. What are they gonna do? Call the police? Oh, they're 3 hours away.
That's
What
true.
are they
Yeah,
gonna do?
well,
Call the DNR? They'll be here in 9.5 hours.
I'm only sensitive because from where I'm from, I live in the southern part of my state, and there's actually a line in Michigan where rifles become legal, and as you go up north, and below that line, you can't use rifles for hunting. Above that, so there's sort of like different classes of hunters.
can't-
So
Yeah, you don't even need to register firearms in Wisconsin.
You can't
wow,
use. What do you use for hunting if you can't use a rifle? I'm confused.
it's all
Pepper
shotgun and bow and black powder.
Well, that's all we're basically allowed over here with the basic license is a 22, a shotgun, and that's it. That's basically
But
all
a
with a basic
22 can
license.
be a rifle. You can get a 22 rifle. That's what my mom shot the squirrel with.
No. Over here we have to get a license for a .22.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to get a license for bleach and knives.
Not
I
only
think, as
that,
well.
not only that, Red. I did get a 22 and a shotgun at the same time. My father was going to get them destroyed. They were his old guns, but they're 30, 40 years older. They're older than me, and they're hand engraved and beautiful like ducks being chased. And I said, no. Now I've never fired the shotgun since I got it, but I do like the 22 target shooting, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
But whenever I got them, my dad had to give them to the local gun shop. I had to then go in and register with the local gun shop.
I wish that was the rule here.
Right, I had to then go in and register with the local gun shop, and then get them to get my name, my address, and they sent away to the police going, this guy's looking these guns, need this, that, and the other, filled out a form. The police then send out a representative. He comes to my house and makes sure that I have a proper gun cabinet, up to standard, and has to have at least 4 expanding bolts into a concrete wall to make sure that thing cannot be removed. He then comes
See, now
and
I don't feel like we
inspects
could
that.
ever pass that.
I then have to go
during my
back to the
lifetime
fucking
here,
gun shop
but-
and
And
then
if
show
you-
them this, and they then give them to me.
And if
Yeah.
you want to go to shoot, you got to go to a shooting range,
Yep.
and so you can carry your gun and your munition to the shooting range. But if the police finds you on the road, you better be on the shortest possible route
Yep.
from your house to the shooting
Yeah,
range.
I have to
Right on.
whenever I put the car, whenever I brought the gun to work, I had it double wrapped in a duvet in the back of the car
Yeah.
to make sure that nobody's seen it. Because
Yeah.
as
'Cause that was
Fabio
the-
says, you will get
My
especially in
308
Northern
was on
Ireland.
an open rack in my Jeep.
Yeah, that's.
Do you know? Here, do you want to hear
Here's a
something that's
fun
totally
example.
right? This is the funny
Loaded.
thing, right? Legally,
Both my
right?
pistols were loaded in the thing, too.
This is the funny thing over here, right? A certain member of my family did time in the territorial army, right? We'll not say who it was or whatever, but they're in the territorial army and they have friends who would be in the army in England, right? And they, on the army base, keep certain guns. Now, they live in England and they come over here to use certain guns because in Northern Ireland, the laws are ever so slightly more lax and you can get more powerful guns in Northern Ireland than you can in England,
Nice.
which I don't think is a good idea, but still.
Yeah.
See, I don't think we'll ever pass something like that. But if we could just have, like, in the state that I live in, if you literally just had to register a gun, like if you had to like fill out a piece of paperwork that like the government says that they know that you own this gun. I had guns, like I said, growing up and everything. When I moved out of state because I didn't want to go through like all the hassle of like re-registering my guns in a new state and everything like that, because I would have to get like a new conceal and carry and all of that jazz. I sold my guns. But the person that I sold them to legally where I live, I could have like taken a napkin and a marker or a crayon and written on the napkin, I sold my guns to so-and-so, and both of us sign it, and that was a legal sale. But I chose to go to like a pawn shop and like basically sell it to the pawn shop to then have him turn around and sell it to my friend so that it would be registered.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, I'm just saying, selling to a pawn shop is infinitely more sketchy than selling to
Well,
a
it was
person
back and
and
forth.
signing on a napkin.
Yes, but the fact that doing that made it registered.
but it gets turned, but
Well,
they have a way
yeah,
of
but
registering that with the government.
You can go and register a firearm. like you could just go.
If there's a pawn shop in your corner, that's probably handier.
I went to the government building and they told me to go to a pawn shop. So that was the easiest way for us.
You can literally register them online for free. I know because I've done it with literally all my guns.
Yeah, because there's only the one. There's really only one federal form
that I've known since I was 11. When I got my gun license, my mum has a bit of land, so I was like, right, I'm going to go down and set the guns for me because they've been set for my dad. You know, he's very gun safety. They've been all well looked after. So I was like, right, we'll go and we'll get the guns set up for me. We went to my mum's land to do that, and my mate arrived at the same time I did. My dad didn't finish. My bio dad didn't finish work for like 2 hours later, and he was like, "Can we fire the gun? Can we fire the gun? Can we fire the gun? Fire the gun?" I was like, "No, you're not allowed to touch the gun till my fucking dad at least gets here and tells you how to fucking touch the gun."
Yeah.
You know. It was just
there's not any of that kind of safety.
That was basic common sense. Now my actual stepfather came out and I handed him the shotgun and I handed him the 22, and because he has a license, he's been firing guns since he was 18. He's now 60. And he lifted the 22 and he didn't think it was as powerful as what it was, and he shot it at the shed and it bounced back and hit him in the shin. So, but that was his own fault, and he's legally allowed to do that. So yeah, that's fine. I laughed at him. That's great.
Yeah. And there is a big difference between you can register your gun and you have to register your gun.
Yeah,
that's true.
One of the nations where I think they have the highest number of automatic weapons, I'm talking about assault rifles per capita, is Switzerland.
Assault rifle isn't a classification of weapon. It's literally a classification that means nothing.
Okay, I'll be more precise. Okay, army weapons used by the army. It's Switzerland.
An AR-15.
Cat, don't be don't be a pedantic Steve McRae. Let the man talk.
Well, I'm just saying, assault weapons is a fear-mongering term.
Oh, you were talking, Fabio.
I'm saying that one of the nations with the highest number of assault rifles per capita is Switzerland. People in Switzerland, they have a mandatory military service, and they have to go. I think it lasts. I don't know, because I haven't been in Switzerland for some years, but I used to go there really often. I used to work for a company which had
2 to 6 years, depending.
So they have to go and train for about, I think, 20 days each year and so on for a huge amount of years. Now the funny thing is that they keep the weapons and all the equipment in the house. Mm-hmm. So in most Swiss houses, you will find now I think they're using a nuclear cock 412 or stuff like that. And they keep the ammunitions. Now, the Swiss are so anally retentive that the number of bullets depends on how far you live, your house is from the place you're supposed to go if a war starts. So if you live 30 kilometers from where you're supposed to show off yourself, yeah, they give you 10 bullets. If it's 40 kilometers, they give you 15, because that's how it works.
40 kilometers for 15 bullets. So you're only allowed to kill a person every 3 miles, basically. 2.6.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you that everybody and his brother in Switzerland have the kind of weapons that people in the US only dream of, right? And they're perfectly legal, and there is not a problem at all.
Because the ammunition is...
No. Because you can only shoot. You can only shoot in certain places. It is super extremely regulated, and there is no problem.
And it's about safety as well. You always need to teach safety, right? Like I've.
Yeah, and I mean, also keep in mind that
that's the conversation that is any gun owner needs to have with their kids.
Keep also in mind that the Swiss, in general, are assholes, all of them, right?
Sorry.
I mean, all of them.
I keep peeping Theo over here in the chat.
Yeah, so
Theo's saying that I'm from Switzerland, so I don't think we can get him and Fabio together. But
he says Theo has just posted that bullets and rifles aren't kept at home anymore. So Fabio, you're full of shit.
They're not? Okay. fair enough.
used to
Okay,
have a
my
teddy bear named
information
Fabio.
is a little bit off, but but he will vouch for me.
Makes me think
So
of it.
what? Yeah.
I
He
used to
will
have a
vouch
teddy
for me
bear. Go ahead.
that-
Go ahead.
My mother
that
makes a
was the
joke.
case up until not too many years ago.
My mother makes a joke that my dad, the actual tutu that I have, my mum makes a joke that my dad used my mum's bump with my younger brother as a stand because we used to have
And-
hedges going down through
So
the garden. Like.
If you want to know, because nobody is Swiss around here except Theo, which
Except
is the chat. That I don't read.
Theo's an
so-
edgelord though. Theo's probably lying. Don't believe anything Theo says.
Just to give you a rough idea how mental are the Swiss.
I think he's Swiss German actually.
Every Swiss has a place in a nuclear shelter.
By
No,
standard
they should.
provided by the law.
They do.
So
if
does
you
everybody-
Fabio, now
do
just
all
before we go
Hawaiian.
any further, Fabio, are you sure you want to make this statement? Because Theo could probably call you out and tell you you're an asshole.
Well, yeah, I mean, he can do that. I mean, either your house as a nuclear shelter, or there are nuclear shelters which are provided by the town. But if there is a nuclear problem, like a war, as a Swiss citizen, you know exactly where you have to go and where is the nuclear shelter.
You see, this is quite funny because growing up,
So if you now they don't, I don't know if they use it anymore, but one thing which cracked me up, and I tore the pages and I cannot find them anymore, and this is killing me.
Theo
But
has no
indeed,
idea where he is to go. He doesn't know where his local bomb shelter
in
is.
the telephone directory in Switzerland, the last pages, they were insane. And by insane, I mean that they literally had, so if you hear like the horn whistling 3 times, it's a nuclear attack. 2 times, it's a bacteriological attack.
Are you gonna like
they
get out
had-
the freaking phone book if you like hear the horns?
Yeah.
And be like, oh,
Right.
there's 2 long ones and a short one. What does that mean?
Okay, hold on to your tits right now, because they also had, and I'm sure about, I don't know if it's still the case right now, but they also had like a
I'm doing
They-
that too, Savage.
they have, so if you had like an off-road vehicle,
Okay.
like a Land Rover or stuff like
let it
that,
go.
in case of war, they could take your vehicle, for war purposes.
Hell yeah.
And so at the end of the telephone directory, they told you exactly how much money the state was going to pay you per day when it was taking your vehicle.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
that. You
so
know ahead of
the-
time.
Those are the Swiss, So
Can I,
yeah.
I want to ask a question. Mostly, this is to
Hashtag
Theo
hold
if
your
he's
tits.
listening.
Hashtag hold your tits.
Did the Swiss also? Because I'm a little suspicious about this. Did the Swiss also have per capita the largest number of half-track vehicles? Because I'm looking for a half-track vehicle. Michigan winters can be quite savage. So
No, not to. I mean, that is not. I mean, I haven't seen too many after vehicles in Switzerland. I think
Damn
I
it.
haven't seen none of them. But
Come
if
to
you had a Land
Wisconsin.
Rover or a Discovery or a Range Rover or stuff like that, any off-road vehicle, a Jeep, whatever.
yeah, but I want a half-track.
Jefferson, come to Wisconsin. We have like the largest Swiss population outside of Switzerland.
Do they all have half-tracks? Because I'm there.
I mean, we got all kinds of stupid shit in Wisconsin. We got places that look more Swiss than Switzerland. It's the craziest goddamn thing.
I've
believe
heard that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
it's.
My uncle used to live in Wisconsin. Yeah.
You'll walk. Here's the thing: Wisconsin's fucking nuts because it's a bunch of these tiny insular communities. You'll walk into places and they'll speak Norwegian at you, or Polish, or Schweitzer, or German, and it's like, could you not?
Speak American.
Why?
America.
Like, it's their community though. Like, why
Okay,
not?
but it's okay. Have you ever pulled into a McDonald's and had someone yell at you in like Swedish? It's intense.
I would go
went
to that
into a
McDonald's all the
At
time.
12:30 midnight in Amsterdam and bought my food where the counter was, and it was a very weirdly laid out one. and I went round the corner, and we had got lost in Amsterdam. We were out walking, you know yourself. Well, Amsterdam. I walked into this McDonald's for food and went round the corner and sat down, and then me and my mate looked up, and we were actually the only white people in about 40 places, and it was like, where are we? Checked it. It was like, we shouldn't be here. Just get the fuck. Take away. Run out the fucking door. Like, everybody was just, who are these two white guys that just walked in at like 1:30, 1 in the morning into our McDonald's? It was like, we need to just like get up and leave.
Yeah, I mean, like I've had that experience in like Miami, like being like the only, like I look around and I'm like, oh, I'm the only white person here.
We went to Florida one year, and the very last night we all got dressed
That's where
up.
Miami is.
We all got dressed up. We were in Orlando. We all got dressed up, you know, nice clothes and all the rest for the last night out. We've been seeing that. Fuck it, we went out and we went to the pub that we'd usually go to, and we got to know the bouncer, who was like 7 foot, built like a brick shit house, and had a beard to here. And we were telling him, we were telling him, you know, end of the night we're leaving. The bar was closing quite early, and he was like, "Oh, I know a bar that's open to 3 in the morning. If it's your last night, I'll give you a lift. This is where I'm going." Brilliant. We'll jump in, you know. I'm walking out thinking, gonna get into a big fucking 250 F250 or something. Prius. This motherfucker drove a fucking Prius, and he drove us to the maddest little hick bar in the middle of nowhere. And we walked in, and a load of people looked at us, and it was that badly known that where we were staying, it was in a timeshare. So there was like a taxi driver for each area, and us being Irish, we were up later than everyone else. So the taxi driver had no one else to pick up at this time. And when we texted him and told him where we were and to pick us up in an hour, he came and played pool with us for an hour to make sure we were safe.
Florida.
It was like, man, this is cool. And he was like, no, it's fine. Everybody else is asleep. Just play some pool. Come on over here. We'll play some pool.
There's areas of Orlando that are like that. Yeah. Just, you know, best to be safe. It's cool.
He gave me his hat, and his name was Robert as well. He was Egyptian.
Oh, nice.
He was an Egyptian Robert.
Nice.
Well, guys, it's been nice being on. It was nice meeting you, Savage. Nice talking to you, Kat. I've seen you around, and always nice talking to you, Fabio. I really appreciate your anti-Swiss tendencies.
Don't forget about the host, you know, that let you on.
Always educational. Thank you, MathPig, for having me on.
Sorry, Team J.
Adios.
Take it easy, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, are you going to do an asshole 104 stream?
Maybe he is.
More than likely. It's like asking Knock, is he going to do
I need
drama? Sorry,
I need to use the restroom again, but I'm just going to turn off my camera so that you guys can't see that I'm not wearing trousers.
I talked to Darth Dawkins once, and I called him,
It's asshole 104.
Sorry, asshole 104. I talked to him once, and I called him an absolute cumsock of a human being.
Oh, nice.
And honestly, that's my magnum opus. Is
what do you mean
Darth
by Magnus
Dawkins
opus? No, Magnus is... break that Latin down for me.
What, magnum opus?
Yes.
I don't know. It's fucking Latin for some bullshit. I don't fucking know.
Okay, well, don't fucking use it if you don't know. Fabio, could you explain for me, seeing as you speak Italian?
What?
What did Kat...
Magnum opus.
It's
Magnum
Latin for something.
opus. It's like greatest creation or something to that effect. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's kind of, how can I translate this? It's something that you build that is as big as possible. You know, the pinnacle of what you can
Magnus,
build.
Great, massive.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't speak Italian. I don't know.
I don't know what the like. Speak your mind, say what it is. I've had Mark Sargent on the channel, and we made fun of him and his fucking flat earthness. I joined the stream half pissed there last week and told Pine Creek he sounded like a meme. You know, it's these things happen. Like, Smokey told me to check my backstage settings to see if he was blocked, and I told him to check all the kids' backstage settings. And you know, you just say these things. I
mean, I say awful shit to Smokey all the time.
Yeah, Pine Creek.
Literally,
I told
like-
after that reaction, he was. I told him I was stoned, and he was like, "You should go have a beer." No, I had already had too many fucking beers out.
I'm just saying, 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I was sober, and Smokey Saint was drunk.
Don't even. Nah, he's not even worth mentioning, right? But we will do.
Okay, but it
though,
was so funny.
just out of curiosity, Red, we've got you for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move.
Wifey's staying over to her mom's tonight, so.
Oh, you've got a free school night. What we'll do is we're going to move to the Patreon channel because I've been drinking since the start of the after party, and yeah, it could end up.
And we started the after party. No, you've been drinking
So yeah, everybody, we
sorry.
will be moving to the Patreon channel. Fabio usually takes his top off, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Do I get to take my top off too?
Oh, right. We're all going to instantly. Thanks everybody for coming. We're all going now. Right, bye.
Bye,
Right.
guys. Thank
On that
you.
note, thank you all for coming. Anybody who's a Patreon or a member or anything like that, there's a few other special people have got the link, so we'll move over there.
I should have my Pumpkin Gate merch back up tomorrow. I was having some issues with the domain, but like.
Ooh, Pumpkin Gate. That was a fun time.
Right.
gotta bust it
I'll
open.
say this before we leave. Cat, this is Ox.
Yes?
This is a message from Ox. MathPig, you
Oh?
didn't know Cat was one of the Smokies and Will buddies? I was like, I think I do.
I am not. I just want to say I am not Smokey Saint's friend. If you've ever watched a show we're on,
No, well,
I
not to
very
start.
clearly
No,
hate the man.
not to start anything. But yeah, no, I'm totally aware of that, 100%. But Kat knows she can't fucking fuck about with me because I just do this.
Buddies and friends are different, though. I'm just saying.
well, I haven't even.
See, look, I can just do anything I want. They didn't even say anything. I can just kick them. You know, it's funny that she's smiling. I can kick her too. Kick anybody I
She
want.
is innocent of all crimes.
Right, members, Patreons, thank you all very much. Love you all.
Guilt
Yous really
by
do help out.
association!
Sub to fucking Savage. The link's in the description. Sub to Savage. I think 3 more you hit 460.
I don't know, but I'm going to do a celebration live stream when I get to 500, so share it out.
Yeah, definitely. Share it out. Hangs up pot stirring stick. You should. I brought Kat in to stir the pot. Worse than you, Ox.
I
Worse
am
than
pretty
me?
terrible.
Worse than me?
On that note, everybody, don't forget, think for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yay.
Fuck, I'm out of beer. Jesus. Hold on a second. I'll grab another one.
I just got a delivery at 12 more.
I don't drink. I do a drinking game on my Amberlyn Reed streams, but I just drink water. Yeah, that's why I literally put up on the screen like, don't do this because you will die.
I don't know. My blood